1130 The Tiger, your home for Tim Fletcher.
Flesh Talk to Logan Sport head coach Kevin McGee about his sleeping habits.
Are you getting enough sleep during football season?
Absolutely not. I can think back to playoff games where 4 or 5 hours was a good night.
Are you a spring mattress, memory foam, or waterbed?
Waterbed. It's awesome. Best thing ever invented.
We have discovered a correlation. Waterbeds build champions.
Tim Fletcher, weekday mornings on 1130 The Tiger.
Wendy's knows when it comes to fries, the more the better. Because people just can't get enough of their favorite hamburger sidekick. So for a limited time, Wendy's is giving you any size fry for just $1. That's a small, medium, even a large order of natural cut sea salted goodness for just $1. Any size you like for the same little price. But a deal this good won't last long. So get any size fry for $1 from Wendy's today.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time. A la carte only. Excludes top fries. Price and participation may vary in Alaska and Hawaii.
O'Reilly. Prepare for the cold months ahead during the 5-day sale at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, pick up 2 gallons of Windex windshield washer fluid for $8 and prevent refreeze on windshield and wiper blades. Remove bug residue, road grime, and more. Improve visibility for safer driving. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Indeed knows finding the right hire takes time away from your business.
Hiring a qualified data engineer felt like a second job.
More job seekers use Indeed than any other site, so there's no better place to find someone with the skills you're looking for.
I needed someone with a master's in computer science and database experience.
Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Source.com score total visits.
Message and data rates may apply. Individual results may vary. See website for details.
But hey, I'm buying a huge flat screen TV so I can finally see it without my glasses.
Why not just get LASIK at the LASIK Vision Institute? That's what I'm doing.
My glasses and contacts are a pain. I'd love to finally get rid of these, but who can afford LASIK?
You can. Because the LASIK Vision Institute is offering dramatically low prices and an absolutely free consultation. Just text BEST to 350-350. The LASIK Vision Institute has already performed over 1 million procedures. They use the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision for a fraction of what others charge. Better vision, better value. The LASIK Vision Institute. Make this the year you finally get LASIK. For a free consultation plus an extra 20% discount, text BEST to 350-350. You'll see for free if LASIK is right for you. That's BEST to 350-350.
Hey there, neighbor. What'll it be?
It'll be fast with flavors on point.
Hey, good to see you again. What'll it be today?
It'll be friendly because around here, you're part of the family.
Back again, huh? What'll it be?
It'll be delicious. After all, that's really why you keep coming back.
Johnny's Catfish and Seafood. World-class food from our family to yours. Visit johnnyscatfish.com. We'd love to meet you. Just ask for a Covington.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
The thrill of victory. KWKH-AM Shreveport Bossier.
Hey, you're going to want to listen to this?
The home of LSU sports is 1130 The Tiger.
Everyone, listen up.
KWKH AM Shreveport Bossier. With the first pick. The home of LSU sports is 11:30 The Tiger.
It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, Demons!
Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed. It's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center top 10 right there.
Talking to the biggest names. Bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
The cooler is full and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you into the Patrick Netherton Show. Man, it feels like I haven't been here in a week. And that's almost the case, as it turns out. We welcome you in. It is the Patrick Netherton Show. Very happy to be with you. It feels like I haven't seen my boy Rogers Hampton in a while, but Hambone is here.
Hey, boy,
that's right.
Is happening, hot stuff?
I'll give you the official introduction here in just a moment, but it has been, it's been a bit of a whirlwind.
It's been.
Yes, it has. It has, indeed. It's been a bit of a whirlwind here in the last, we got done Tuesday, right? That was our last day?
Tuesday evening.
So this is my first Monday actually hosting the show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, this is
decided not to pull the old Johnny Carson today.
No Johnny Carson today.
Gonna work on Monday.
No, didn't.
Everyone works on Monday.
That's right. We're working on Monday. We're happy to have you with us. It is the Patrick Netherton Show. He is the king of the Lollipop Guild, ladies and gentlemen.
Me?
You, my friend.
Hey, boy.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Rogers Hampton.
What is happening, Patrick?
Man, did you have a good Thanksgiving, Rog?
I really did. Better than
I know a little bit came in town.
My daughter being here topped it all. I got to see her almost every day, and she spent a couple of nights at the house. So I'm in a little bit heaven. So I'm good.
Oh, a little bit.
How about you, man? I know you're traveling from Dallas for a day, then back home. Then
here's the thing: it wasn't Dallas for a day.
Oh, there was a little giddy up in your.
Well,
hiccup in your giddy up.
Well, okay, so let me give you the full story. All
right,
and then look, we've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we know that, right? We've got LSU. We've got the 7 overtime game to talk about. That obviously is going to get dissected. I'm going to tell you why the officials didn't actually cost LSU the win. We'll talk about that. Don't worry. We'll get into that. We will also get into the Saints win against the Falcons. We can talk Cowboys if you want. I've got some very important news for Rogers coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll take your phone calls at 320-1130, 320-1130. Or if you like, you can text us at 657-0HAM, 657-0426. We'll take your phone calls, your text messages. We're already getting texts about what happened at LSU. We'll talk all about that. We will get to the phone lines, so Grishko, just hang on a bit, my friend. We're going to get to you. Matter of fact, let's get Grish on now, and then I'll come back and tell you about what went down on Thanksgiving. And then very important news for Rogers Hampton that we have to share. So we have that coming. Let's go to the phone lines. My man Grish, what's up, brother?
Well, it sounds like you got a lot of business today now.
I've got a lot of stuff to handle and only 2 hours to handle it in, my friend.
Well, I've been trying to catch y'all, but y'all keep on the move, and I can't keep up with you.
Well, you know, Thanksgiving week was a little bit odd because we had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. Obviously, you turn around and you're looking at now. I think I'm actually going to be here for 5 days. Not actually in studio, and I might miss Friday. But we don't know. Other than that, it should be close to 5 days. What's on your mind, Greg?
You're right. Hey, did you get? I left you a message on your cell phone.
How do you have my cell phone? Wait a second. How does this random caller to the show have my cell phone number? I can't believe it.
DNA. DNA, kinfolk.
This is true. We are related.
Anyway, I left you a message that nobody the next Saturday after the McNeese and Stephen F. Austin game wanted to play Northwestern.
Well, that's true because no one did. Their season was over at that point.
I know it, but you'd had trouble finding a Southern Conference team that wanted to play them because them suckers came on strong.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. They finished the year incredibly strongly.
Yeah,
I loved the way that the first year went. They had a couple of games. They could have easily gone really 7-4. That could have very easily happened. They didn't, but it's definitely an upswing for the Demons right now. I love the position they're at, and I really look forward to seeing year 2 of the Brad Laird regime next season.
Yeah, and they finally got you to where you can tolerate a fade.
Well, look, it's my least favorite play in all of football, the inside the 10-yard line fade pattern. But when you've got Jazz Ferguson on the outside against some of these Southland corners, it's my favorite play of all time, Grish. He barely ever missed it.
He put a show on against McNeese.
He certainly did.
Somebody told me the McNeese coaching job is available.
It is. Lance Guidry was let go pretty much immediately after the season, and that's going to be an interesting job because that is a job that is a very tradition-rich position. They always expect to go to the playoffs. They always expect to make noise in the playoffs, and while Lance Guidry won 9 games last year, they didn't make the playoffs when he went 9-2, and so they didn't make the playoffs in any of his 3 years, so he got let go. I don't like the idea of letting coaches go after 3 years. I mentioned that last week. It bothers me, but it's kind of the way of the world now in college football, unfortunately.
Yeah, what have you done for them now?
Exactly.
They get the worst disease in America is amnesia, and they get it pretty easy.
It's very easy. We're a very what have you done for me lately, now society right now, with especially with social media, Grish. Appreciate the call, my friend.
Okay, partner, good talking to you.
All right. That guy's actually related to me. And he's also the inventor of the Grisham reverse back at Old Friendship Academy. My favorite part about that, and I think I told you this, Rogers actually played for Billy Grisham when he was, he was just kind of an assistant coach, a volunteer coach.
What was one of the owners that would come down and give plays, but he didn't coach all the time, but he was always willing to give advice.
Well, Grisham stops me, and again, I'm related to Grisham by marriage.
Yeah.
Up in my grandparents' level of relations. And so I saw him in the parking lot before the McNeese game, and he goes, I coach Rogers Hampton. Yeah, Grish. All we talked about was the Grisham reverse and back in the old days. So, yeah, no doubt. All right, Hambone, let's talk about Thanksgiving, and I've got a big story. I've got something big for you.
Wow.
You may already know this.
Okay.
I feel like you probably already know this, but I saw this today.
Oh.
And so I have to bring it up. I have a feeling this is not going to be news to you, but I'm hoping that it's breaking news as far as you're concerned.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
You're telling your story first.
No, we're going to go with Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So my mom has a 24-hour rule when it comes to Thanksgiving. She wants to go over to Dallas to visit the kids and everybody, and then she wants to leave after one night. That's just how it's always been. The problem is they have 2 kids and 3 beds. And so it's a matter of, do I get to sleep in the guest bed, or does she get to sleep in the guest bed?
Oh, that's Miss Judy, come on.
And they don't have couches that are big enough to hold my giant butt.
No.
So I end up getting the guest bed, and she sleeps on the couch. And, of course, in true mother fashion, don't worry about it. I'll sleep on the couch. It'll be fine. She doesn't necessarily like it, but at least she can fit. She's 5'4". At least she can fit on the couch.
That's the main thing.
So, but we have a 24-hour rule. We get over there. So for Thanksgiving, we go over on Wednesday. We stay Wednesday night, cook Thanksgiving dinner, all that stuff. We eat Thanksgiving, usually, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, somewhere around there. And then we jet after Thanksgiving meal's over with, and we head back home on Thursday. Well, I'd had a problem with my truck with a fuel leak in one of my injectors.
Again?
Well, so I took it over to my dad's mechanic. Luckily, having Buster, 3 mechanics on staff.
That helps.
I take it over there. It turns out it's a clamp. They replaced the clamp. Didn't cost anything. Took about an hour. We're good to go. Awesome. Drive over to Dallas. Not a problem. I knew when there was a problem when I could smell gasoline in the cab of the car. right? It's a 2012 Lincoln Navigator with 232,000 miles on it, all right? I put a lot of miles on this thing. So we drive to Dallas, all good. Wake up on Thursday, go to the store to pick up my mom's purple drink because she only drinks that squeezable Kool-Aid that goes in the... Yes. Exactly.
That you mix
Yeah, that you mix in the water. She drinks squeezable Kool-Aid like she's 7 and or, mixing purple drink with some scissor. My mom's ridiculous. So she squeezes so she's run out of her squeeze Kool-Aid, right? So we've got to go to the store. So we go to the store, and as I'm in the parking lot of the store waiting on her to go get her purple drink, I realize that I can smell gas again. And I'm like, oh boy. Well, I had found the thing to start with on Wednesday. So I crack the hood and then I open it. I'm just kidding. But thank you. I look like John Madden slicing that. I don't know if you saw the video of Madden slicing the turducken with his hand. He just used his hand like a knife. It was insane. Anyway, I'm off subject. Yes, I digress. So I pop the hood in the parking lot of the Tom Thumb grocery store, and I can see the gas leak again. Great. Well, there's nothing I can do about it on Thursday. I mean, and I don't want to drive it back, because if I drive it back, there's a chance it catches on fire. And, I don't want to be in, Canton with my truck on fire on the side of I-20 on Thanksgiving, right? That's not going to be good. So I elect to stay another night, and then I'm going to take it to a dealership and get it repaired on Friday morning and then drive back. That's the plan. We get up, I find the dealership. Well, then I start looking, and I'm always kind of looking at used vehicles. That's what because I'm, again, 232,000 miles on this thing. I put a ton of mileage on the video.
No, it's a hard 230.
Yeah.
It's a hard 230.
Well, I don't think there's an easy 230 out there. Once you get over 200,000, it's all pretty hard.
200,000, you've had that vehicle 10 to 15 years.
Exactly.
And there's a big difference there.
I've had it for 6 years. Actually, technically, I only had it for 5. I bought it in 2013.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I start looking, and I find an insane deal on a used Lincoln Navigator, which is what I'm currently driving, which I will probably like to drive for the rest of my life if I can. I find literally the best deal I've ever seen on a used Lincoln Navigator. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my truck to this dealership. It was the dealership I was going to anyway to get my old truck fixed. I take it to the service department. I'm like, hey, y'all need to look at this and tell me how much it's going to cost to fix. And, oh, by the way, I might be buying a new used one in the interim. And he's like, well, that's the best solution. Like, of course it is. Of course. Anyone would say that worked at a dealership. Hey, yeah.
Hey, I'm Herb Tarley.
Yeah, so Fred Garvin.
There you go.
So I end up going to I end up going and driving this used Navigator, so 2015, low mileage, under 40,000 miles. So
are they looking at your old one, or are they letting you look at
they're looking at my old one.
While you're looking at
I'm looking at a new used one.
Pre-owned.
And next thing you know, I pulled the trigger and got a new used car instead of... So the guy calls me and he's like, hey, it's going to be $250 to replace we said it was the line that was messed up, not just the bracket or the clamp. He said it'd be $250 if you want to walk out the door with it. And I said, you know what? Y'all just keep it. At this point, I'm buying a new one. He's like, perfect, great. So I buy the new one. It takes, it took hours. I mean, that process takes forever and ever.
Yeah, he just didn't hear the key.
Yeah, and then so finally, we get it all the paperwork's done and get signed and delivered, and I drive off with a new used ride, and it's now in the parking lot, and I managed to get home.
Wow.
Which is nothing short of amazing. And I don't say that to say, hey, cool, look at me being able to buy a new used car. I say that because it's... it was actually pretty good. I was really excited to be able to have
I'm happy for you,
after
man.
6 years. Look, I've had this is my third Lincoln Navigator, and again, I'm not sponsored by Lincoln. I wish I was. I wish I had a free Navigator. Come on, any Lincoln dealerships listening that want to sponsor me, bring it.
Bring it.
Because this is my third consecutive Navigator. Yep. I put 230,000 miles on the first one. I put 232,000 miles on the second one, and now I've got another one, and I'll probably have it for another 200,000 miles before I turn it in and get a new one. So that's my crazy Thanksgiving story. We finally got it all dealt with on Friday. My mom was hacked off. She was not happy to have been there for that length of time. It was now a 48-hour trip instead of a 24-hour trip. It was bad times. But on the drive back, she loves the new ride. We got her all settled down. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Judy is a happy person, which in the end is the most important thing. All right, Raj, before we hit the break, I've got important news for you. I feel like you know this already, but it was just announced that pre-sale tickets for the End of the Road World Tour by Kiss, I didn't realize this, they're coming to Bossier City.
Yes.
I did not know this.
Yes, it was kind of under the radar announcement until they could officially name it, because they had come out last month ago with all, like, some of the bigger cities,
Dallas, Houston,
New Orleans.
I knew all
now
those.
They're sprinkling in around that area. What date does they say the concert is?
September the 7th.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be in February because they're in Dallas February 20th.
Saturday, September the 7th at the CenturyLink Center, the Kiss End of the Road World Tour coming to Shreveport, Bossier. And by the way, Raj, pre-sale tickets begin this Thursday at 10 a.m. Okay. So as soon as you get off the air with Fletcher on Thursday, you need to be banging the tickets and getting yourself the best tickets for the End of the Road World Tour. Had no idea.
Very interesting. It's September, because with them hitting Dallas, Houston, New Orleans around February and March, I thought for sure it would be right in there.
Is that the first weekend of college football next year? It might be the first or the second. I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be right in there.
Bad move.
It doesn't matter.
It's
Kiss, Rogers. Look, I would be there if I'm sure I have a game to call. I might be at LSU that day. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I should skip that one and go to see Kiss. I know Raj will be at Kiss, especially if they can find a way to get what's-his-face back in there.
Yeah, Peter Criss.
Yeah.
I want to see one more show with the 4 originals, the 4 Hall of Famers, and I'll be good.
There you go. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show. 11:30, the Tiger. Hey, there was a football game to talk about, right? We have to talk about that? Let me tell you how the referees did not cost LSU the football game at Texas A&M. We'll talk all about that. Your phone calls and texts next on the Patrick Netherton Show.
This holiday, skip the cooking and get a tender honey-baked ham slow-smoked up to 24 hours. So smoky. Hand-glazed and caramelized to perfection for that sweet, crunchy taste. Gotta love that crunch. Fully cooked, spiral sliced, and ready to serve.
Wait, seriously? That sounds great.
Yes, seriously. The world's best ham, only from the Honey Baked Ham Company.
Southfield Shopping Center in the corner of Southfield and Uri, Honey Baked Ham.
It takes both vision and skill to create a pool as unique as it is beautiful. A perfect blend of time-honored craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology. The hand, heart, and mind working in perfect sync to create something truly special. A source of timeless relaxation, priceless memories, and endless joy. That is the mission of a master pool builder, and that is the magic of Moorhead Pools.
So often we talk Chevy Land and the beautiful new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and for good reason. I mean, my gosh, have you seen the Silverado? Have you seen that Camaro? I feel like we've neglected the service department. Here's what Christy J had to say. My service rep, Kenny, was very friendly and understanding, kept in touch with me, letting me know the status of my vehicle. He's knowledgeable of his job. I will recommend him to all my family and friends. He's excellent. John B. in Bossier said the service professionals did a great job. Great service at Chevyland. You know it by the feeling. 7500 Uri Drive.
Imagine your dream carpet installed for free. The Home Depot offers all-inclusive installation on minimum purchases of $699. That's removal of your old carpet, basic furniture moving, and stairs. So the dream carpet you want comes at the price you were expecting. Free carpet installation that's actually free. The Home Depot. More saving. More doing. Valid only on showroom carpet price $1 or more per square foot. Specialty items may be priced separately. License numbers available at homedepot.com/license numbers.
Yo, we driving, we living our best life and my car smells fresh. Yeah, but we weren't always thriving, it was you, girl.
Told you so.
Who pointed out that smell? Right. Now it's all fun, the odor's gone. Febreze car works so well. Come on, keep driving, let's go.
Oh boy, your car smells
Febreze
nice.
car, yeah, let's go. That's right. No more odors in my ride, now let's go.
Oh yeah, we made it so nice.
Febreze car, keep riding, let's go. And now the world can sing.
Breathe happy, Febreze.
La 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 la.
We used to
always argue about data.
She's always like, don't stream so many videos.
Now, thanks to Total Wireless, we get 50% more data. So, no more arguments.
About data, at least.
Hey.
Bring your number to Total Wireless right now and get 50% more data. That means a family of 4 can get over 37 gigs of shared 4G LTE data for $25 per line per month. Total Wireless. Total confidence. Ends January 2nd, 2019. Plans with data only. Excludes ports from TracFone Wireless Inc. brands. Terms at TotalWireless.com.
You can bank with, 15, 20, 30, 40 different banks to choose from in Shreveport, Bossier alone, maybe even more than that. But how about investing in a bank that invests in the community? Putting your money into the bank that's in the community. That's what you're doing when you make Gibbsland Bank and Trust your great banking team. That's right, they do so much in this community, so many different ways, and you are a part of it when you join up with Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team. Nicole joins us from First Choice Personnel, 797-7810. Make First Choice your last call. Hey, you know what? You guys have some pretty cool job openings over there. As always, what's high on your priority list right now, Nicole?
We have administrative, we have clerical positions, especially right now, coming up during the holidays. We can have people come in do temporary positions. We can do permanent positions. So they can give us a call anytime.
Permanent, that's my freckles. Temporary, it's how I like my tattoos. First Choice Personnel, 797-7810.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
You're on 11:30 The Tiger.
I thought for sure you'd come back with Kiss here, Raj, after we just talked about him.
I already had this programmed into the computer, so it's a little easier to maybe freelance with that.
Whatever. I felt like Kiss would be coming back. That's okay. We're going to have Raj sing Kiss at some point on the show.
You know what? It's been a Monday. I've reprogrammed the computer. Let me not mess with it.
That's all right. That's all right. We welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show on 11:30 The Tiger. Taking your phone calls at 318-320-1130. Taking your texts at 657-0426. 657-0426. That's zero ham if you're looking at your dial pad as opposed to, if you're looking at the letters as opposed to the numbers. It's 318-657-0-HAM. All right. I guess we have to talk about LSU and A&M. That insanity.
Yes.
First of all, if you are an LSU fan, let me back you off the ledge a little bit. All right? This was not a game for you to get bowl eligible. It was not a game that you were playing for Ed Orgeron's job. This is not a game that you were playing for, hey, maybe we'll get a chance at a little bit better bowl, that kind of thing. Probably an Access Bowl, New Year's Six Bowl versus, one of the bigger bowls, the Citrus or the Peach or, one of those kind of things. I get it, right? There were some stakes on the table. Ribeyes, preferably. It makes me so hungry. Anyway, I don't want LSU fans to completely overreact to the stakes of this game. All right, you're not in the hunt. You weren't going to be in the hunt for the college football playoff. You weren't there, right? There was a pie in the sky. I know Fletcher talked about it. There was a pie in the sky sort of reality, a path to which LSU could potentially be back in that top four. Based on what had happened already that day, that path wasn't going to open up. Notre Dame already solidified their spot in the top four. All right, Alabama's already in. Doesn't matter what happens against Georgia. Alabama's in. Georgia, if they beat Alabama, is potentially in. Clemson, likely already in no matter what happens in the ACC championship game. Now you're talking about Oklahoma versus Ohio State. All right, you were not going to crack that list. All right, you weren't getting in there no matter if you won 74-0 as opposed to losing 74-72 in 7 overtimes. It doesn't matter. Now, let's talk about the officiating from that game, because I know that's going to be the one thing that everyone talks about this, is the refereeing, right? Captain Insano, because of the ref blunders, LSU loses a starting linebacker in the bowl game. Not true. They lose a starting linebacker for the first half of a bowl game, not for the entire bowl game. Draco, don't forget the Iron Bowl. We'll talk about that maybe at some point. Mike in Knoxville. I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to stuff like what happened at the LSU A&M game. It was obvious that the SEC needed an A&M win last night. LSU at 9 or 10 wins gets a New Year's Day bowl. The SEC needed another 8-win team to increase its bowl revenue. An 8-win A&M that is second in the SEC West gets a higher-tiered bowl than a 7-win A&M that is 500 in conference play. It's really sad that the business aspect of the conference has become more important than the game itself. Mike in Knoxville, I appreciate you texting me, but that is seriously one of the worst conspiracy theories I've ever heard. Do you think the Southeastern Conference is hard up for bowl money, that they need A&M to get an extra slot up in a bowl just for the cash? The answer to that is no. The SEC doesn't need money. They have all of ESPN's money from the SEC network. They have all of the money of all of the different teams that are eligible for bowl games. And again, that's all mostly SEC money because they handle and front most of the bowls. It's insane, absolutely insane, to believe that the officiating crew on the field or the replay official in the booth had any care who won that game, especially if you believe that it came from on high, that Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, is holding some sort of secret calls with the officiating crew in some smoky back room of a gambling parlor somewhere to say, hey guys, make sure A&M wins whatever you do. Hey, if A&M throws an interception that would end the game and you see the Gatorade bath on Ed Orgeron, well, you better find some reason that didn't end the game. And it set up 4th and 18. And you know what? LSU gave up 4th and 18. LSU gave up multiple 4th down conversions throughout the course of that game. In the end, was the officiating great? Of course not. Was the catch and fumble by Jace Sternberger a questionable call? Absolutely. Did the officials review it? Absolutely. Keep in mind this, and I know I'm kind of scattershot all over the place, but I'm trying to put out these fires as we see them. We'll come back to the yellow line in just a second. All right. The replay booth reviews every single play that happens in a college football game. They will look at it very quickly. If they determine they need more time to look at something, they will buzz down and they will stop play. Now, if you recall, on the Jace Sternberger play, he's basically running a bend route. He catches it over the middle. He turns, he takes 2 steps as he's moving the ball from his right to his left side of his body. Right? He's hit, the ball comes free, LSU recovers, everyone says game over at that point. It was in whatever overtime it was in. I lost track of all the overtimes. It was absolutely right there, perfect, boom, there you go. All right? That should have ended the game. Well, if you notice, the head referee walked over to Ed Orgeron, and they stopped play for about 30 to 45 seconds. And what the referee was doing, and this is a great credit to him, what the head referee was doing, you know what, I'm going to get his name. I have it right here. Head referee was Matt Austin, who's one of the best referees in the business, if not the best referee in the business right now. So what does he do? He goes over and chats with Orgeron. Meanwhile, he's talking, he's got his headset on, and he is hearing from the guy that's controlling, that's talking to the replay booth, who's saying, they're looking at it, they're looking at it, they're looking at it, it's good. It's fine just the way it is. So they're not going to stop play. Well, people flipped their lids about that. They didn't stop play. Well, you know what? The replay official had plenty of time to look at it, And he determined that even if he had taken another minute or two to look at it, it was not going to change anything. Now, keep in mind, the SEC conference offices would have gotten involved at that point, but they didn't, because the official replay at that point said it was not possession, therefore it was an incomplete pass. People flipped out. Understandable. I thought that was the one play in the game that you could objectively say was one that the LSU fans could be upset about, right? That was the one play, because that was a very much an interpretation of the rules. Do you consider him catching it on his right side, turning and taking 2 steps as he's moving the ball from his right to his left side? Do you consider that control and a football move? If you consider that control and a football move, it's a fumble. If you consider that he has not yet completed the act of catching the football, then it's an incomplete pass. Right? That's the one major subjective call in the entire game that could have changed everything. And LSU fans, you have a right to be upset about that one. You do not have a right to be upset about the line, because I went back and looked at it. Raj, I don't know if you saw my tweet about it, but I went back and looked at it because I had the game recorded. I backed it up. It was absolutely the wrong yard line that the SEC Network had put that on.
Yeah, they've admitted that
now. Yeah, the SEC Network initially, if you go back to first and 10.
We all got duped.
Yeah, if you go back to 1st and 10 on that drive, the yellow line's at the 43-yard line, which is where it should be. Well, after the interception that was overturned because his knee's down, Kellen Mond's knee's down, then they put the yard line back at the 41 instead of the 43. So when we see the kid make the catch on 4th and 18, it looks like he's easily a yard short of the first down. In reality, he was 2 yards ahead of the first down sticks. So he was fine, all right? That's not something you can argue about. That doesn't exist, all right? You can't argue about the knee being down with his hand on the ball. It's plainly obvious. And I know Fletcher tried to take some umbrage with that last night. I didn't hear the show this morning, so I don't know how much he did this morning, but it was very obvious that the knee was down as Mond had his hand on the football. You do not need control of the football for that to be considered down. You just need his body, something other than his hand or his feet touching the ground, and you need another part of his body touching the ball. At that point, that's down. He's got his hand on it, it's down, right there. Can't argue about that. I'm surprised they caught it, to be honest with you. That tells me that it's a good official, a good replay official, because that interception at that point, very easy to overlook the circumstance that started that, the low snap, the drop, him going down to a knee, touching the ball, ball's down right there, then standing up and making the throw. Would have been very easy for a replay official to just not even check that, not even look at it. Here's the problem if you're LSU. You gave up the 4th and 18. Later, you gave up a touchdown on a 4th down when the guy, he threw one, again, that one receiver for A&M who made all the plays down the stretch. That guy didn't exist until overtime. That guy was Kendrick Rogers, was that guy. But you're giving up plays on 4th down, on 2nd, 3rd, and long. Basically, in the end, your defense did not make enough plays to win. And that's going to be a hard reality for folks to come to grips with. Everyone's going to try to blame the officials for that. I get it. The officials didn't cost you that game. Did they make some bad calls? Oh, absolutely. I'm not defending the officials for making bad calls. Did they cost you the game? No, they didn't. Had the yard marker been correct on the 4th and 18, and he actually was a yard short of the first down, and the replay official did not buzz down to review it because they were hustling to the line of scrimmage, and they got off a play, you could very easily blame the officials for that game, because that would have ended the game immediately, right there. Problem is, the yard line was wrong. He actually got the yardage by a couple. There was the whole issue of, let's see, what else did we have? We got a lot of stuff to unpack here, Raj. Yes, we talked about here's the other thing that bothered me. And I understand I understand what Dave Aranda does. Dave Aranda, I still I'll still argue is the best defensive coordinator in the game. Not named Nick Saban. Obviously, Saban's at a different level, and he's a head coach. As far as just pure defensive coordinators, I think Dave Aranda is the best one in the game. Now, you cannot talk about the number of points allowed because most of it came in overtime. What was that game? 31 all going into overtime? Is that what I'm looking at the box score? Yeah, 31 all. Right, and let's not forget that A&M scored with no time left on the clock. You bat that pass away, you never go to overtime. You win. I do not have an issue with the officiating in this game, other than, yes, they called a lot of penalties against LSU. They did not call as many penalties. Against Texas A&M. I understand that. I get that. I feel your pain because, trust me, as a play-by-play guy for a team, I can tell you I have had numerous times where I've talked about the officiating. I've said the officiating wasn't good. I get that. I get that idea. But the officials in no way cost you the game. The only play that you can reasonably say was a subjective call that could have cost you the game was the Sternberger catch. That's the only way you can go with that. That's all it takes. That's the only play you've got to lay your hat on. The 4th and 18, it was the wrong yard line on the SEC Network broadcast. Again, the Sternberger play is the only one that matters. Let's go to the phones at 320-1130, 320-1130. You can text at 6570-HAM, 657-0426. Captain Insano, what's up?
What's up, man? How's it going, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm all right. Okay, well, a few things, though.
All right.
Now, I agree with you that the referees didn't cost LSU the game. They should have won it before that. They should have got a first down that last minute or so.
Sure.
And that ended the game too. But they couldn't do that. But on the Mon fumble.
Yeah.
Now, as long as I've been watching football, when there's a fumble, if anybody runs over there and just touches the ball while they're laying on the ground, they don't consider that possession of a fumble. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if Mon fumbled the snap, how is his knee being down with his hand touching the ball that's different?
Well, if you'll notice, if you look at the picture of it, his hand is on the top of the football. It's on the point of the ball, right? And he has control of the ball in that moment. Now, I'm not entirely certain that the rules aren't different for a quarterback who fumbles the ball versus like a running back who fumbles the ball and where their knee is down. But if you look, as his knee is down, he has got the point of that football in his hand, and he is about to pick it up by the point of the football. So in the replay official's mind, the fact that he had his hand on the top of the football and could then pick it up from there tells him that he had control of the ball when his knee was down. That's a very tight call. All right, a very tight call. If I'm LSU fans, I certainly understand you being upset about it. My response to that is don't give up 20 on the next play on 4th and 18, and then you don't have to worry about it.
I agree.
Yes, I see where everyone's issue is with that particular play, but the replay official had to determine that when Mon stuck his hand on the tip of the football, and Mon's got big hands. I mean, he's got a very big mitt. When he stuck his hand on the tip of that football with his knee down and then was able to subsequently pick the football up, that tells you that he had control of it in that moment, and therefore it's a correct call. He has possession with a knee down, and that means the play is automatically dead.
Right, but again, I've seen offensive linemen with big calls reach out and grab the ball, but then somebody else knock it out and it still be considered a fumble.
Sure, and the problem is
that's beside the point. I mean, I was just saying that's one thing I kind of disagree with you on.
Sure.
But I see your point too. I'm not saying you're wrong. I disagree with that.
That's fine.
And two other things too. The reception. If Mon had control of that ball with one hand with the tip of it, how did that dude with two hands on the ball, swapping arms, not have? You know what I mean?
And that's the problem. Yeah, and again, that's why I said that's the one play that LSU fans can really take issue with, because that is an absolute judgment call. Do you consider him catching it when he has the ball on one side of his body and takes 2 steps as he's transferring the ball to the other side of his body? Or do you not consider it to be a catch until he's transferred the ball to the other side of his body and has it secured? That's the problem. It's the definition of what is a quote-unquote football move. Is him turning and taking 2 steps a football move? How about this? What if he's juggling the ball, literally just batting the ball up in the air as he's running down the field? Does he ever have possession at that point? That's the issue. If someone comes, if he ran 10 yards downfield, juggling the football up in the air, and a DB comes by and knocks the ball away from him, that's probably an incomplete pass because he never had control of it. Well, it's kind of the same issue there in that he's got the ball on one side of his body and he's pulling it to the other side. Now, in my interpretation, I thought it was a catch and fumble. But again, I'm not a guy who's had to go sit through classes or watch videos or any of that stuff to talk about why, what it constitutes a catch. It's the thing that plagues the NFL still to this day, and it's one of the issues that college football seemed to have right. But again, that's the one play that LSU fans can gripe about, and I'll allow it.
Agreed. And also on the line, that was the last thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever been watching football that yellow line was off that far.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I'm not saying it's, again, I'm not blaming that play. They should have stopped it. There's no reason they should have got 18 yards on 4th.
Well, and remember,
I've never seen that. That far off.
And remember, they don't see the yellow line while they're out there, so they know where the sticks are. They should have done a better job of keeping him from getting past the sticks, is all I'm saying. Thank you, Captain Insano. Appreciate the call, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Do we have to take a break, Raj? It's time for a break? I figured it might be. We got a lot more to talk about. Stoll sent in the picture of the line on 4th and 18. Here's the problem, Stoll. That's the wrong line. The actual line to gain is at the 43, not the 41. See, so I even said it live. I was like, wait a second, he was down short. Why aren't they reviewing this? What are they doing? They're costing LSU the game. Well, then I started to hear, hey, the line wasn't right. So I went back on my own TV and I took pictures of it. If you want to see it, go to my Facebook or go to my Twitter feed at PT Netherton. I think I even retweeted it on the at Netherton Show feed as well. On 1st and 10, the first down line is at the 43. And yet on 4th and 18, the first down line mysteriously moves to the 41. The line was correct, okay? The line was incorrect the way it was shown. It was actually the 43-yard line. That's where it was supposed to be. Your phone calls at 320-1130. Your text at 6570-HAM. Back with more of the Patrick Netherton Show.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
Academic Cooling and Heating, 861-2255, 861-2255. When it comes to making sure your house is cool and comfortable or warm and toasty, whatever it is that you're looking for, AccuTemp can provide it. If you are having difficulty with the temperature in your house, if it's just stinking uncomfortable, boy, howdy, why suffer through misery? Unless the movie's on, which it's really pretty good. But outside of that misery, come on, don't have to suffer a broken left foot and right foot to realize AccuTemp's the best place to call. 861-2255. This is no James Caan job. I'm not setting any kind of Kathy Bates here for you. It's legit. 861-2255, 861-2255. AccuTemp Cooling and Heating. It won't be long before the calendar flips over to 2019. As a guy who flies by the seat of my pants, that's scary. But for those that do a little planning, that's not so frightening at all, especially if you have as a partner First Choice Personnel. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Tim. Definitely. Have anyone. Give us a call. We have candidates every day coming in. We have people looking for jobs every day. Give us a call. We have clerical people looking. We have production, manufacturing, assembly, CDL drivers. Give us a call.
Get your 2019 planning started the right way with First Choice Personnel, 797-7810.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank. where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
It's time for some straight talk. This holiday season, give yourself the gift you really want. More data. Just switch to Straight Talk Wireless and we'll give you 50% more high-speed data on our $35 and $45 unlimited plans when you buy a smartphone. All without a contract. Plus, you'll get America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. So switch today and say happy holidays to yourself with 50% more high-speed data. Straight Talk Wireless. Everything for less, only at Walmart. See terms at straighttalk.com.
You're going to love this. Hundreds of Macy's Cyber Week specials are here and ready for gifting online and in store. Like boots and booties for her, buy one, get one free. Mixers, air fryers, and more, 20% plus an extra 20% off. And find gifts for him and her. Coats, sweaters, tops, 50 to 60% off. Macy's Cyber Week specials now through Wednesday. Savings off regular prices, exclusions apply. Macy's Star Rewards now offers benefits everyone can enjoy no matter how they pay. Sign up for free in store or at Macys.com/Star Rewards.
This week, you'll find great deals at Walgreens. Like 8-ounce Dawn dishwashing liquid, just 99 cents with card. Or get select varieties of Kellogg's cereal, now just $1.88 with card. And kickstart your morning with McCafe 12-pack K-Cups, just $4.99 with card. Get great deals on the essentials you need right here at your neighborhood Walgreens. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. While supplies last, restrictions and exclusions apply. See store for details.
The wait is finally over. Dell's biggest Cyber Week ever is on. Save big on Cyber Week deals, plus get free shipping on everything. With massive deals on Dell computers with 8th Gen Intel Core processors, the hottest gaming gear, and top brand electronics like Google Smart Home, it's a sale you won't want to miss. Just call 800-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/CyberWeek. Call 800-BUY-DELL for more Cyber Week deals.
This holiday, skip the cooking and get a tender honey-baked ham slow-smoked up to 24 hours. So smoky. Hand-glazed and caramelized to perfection for that sweet, crunchy taste. Gotta love that crunch. Fully cooked, spiral sliced, and ready to serve.
Wait, seriously? That sounds great.
Yes, seriously. The world's best ham, only from the Honey Baked Ham Company.
Southfield Shopping Center in the corner of Southfield and Uri, Honey Baked Ham.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke. Patrick Netherton.
1130, The Tiger.
We welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show here on 1130 The Tiger. Texts and phone calls rolling in. Everybody mad at the officials for what happened to LSU, losing in 7 overtimes, 74-72. Perhaps my favorite part of this entire thing, though, Raj, is that LSU and A&M go 7 overtimes, right? And they do not end up, either team, matching what West Virginia and Oklahoma did in regulation of their game.
Oh, you're right about that. You're absolutely right.
All right, we got a few texts to get to. We're going to talk about the illegal formation that should have been called or shouldn't have been called. We'll talk about that. We also are going to talk about the pass interference on Greedy Williams. But first, we go to the phones at 320-1130. Again, text at 657-0426 if you like as well. Or you can, by the way, hit us up on Facebook, too. Facebook.com/Netherton Show. We've got the live stream going on Facebook. You can follow along and ask your questions if you just want to see how pretty my long-sleeve purple shirt is I'm wearing today. Let's go to the phones. Scott joins us now at 320-1130. Scott, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So I am a long-time LSU fan.
All right.
I will say this, that we had plenty of opportunities to win the game.
You had a lot of opportunities to win the game.
And we should have put it away. As I tell people all the time, if you don't want somebody else to decide the outcome, take care of the business and you don't have to worry about it.
Get the first down on the last drive, and you never have to worry about any of this stuff.
Absolutely. However, there is no way that it was not a catch by the tight end, and he had not bowled a fumble.
Well,
that is a terrible call for the simple fact that if you have enough control to switch to another arm, then you're controlling the football.
Well, the problem is...
The bigger problem,
okay, go ahead, Scott.
Is that the SEC conference is the self-proclaimed best conference in college football. And the title needs to be changed to the best conference in college football with the absolute worst referee.
Oh, look, I really hate to burst your bubble on this, Scott, but literally there's a hashtag called Pac-12 refs. And everybody, no, look, I hate to tell you, you literally are, I'm not going to say you're the best officiating conference. I don't know that you can really figure that out. I can tell you you're definitely not the worst officiated conference in college football. Pac-12 owns that in the Power 5. Literally, there's a hashtag called Pac-12 refs for every time they screw something up. It's so popular that it has its own hashtag. I'm just telling you, Scott, yes, the officiating crew in this game was not great. I'm not going to defend them. What I will tell you, though, is that you have, by and large, in the SEC, some of the better officials that you're going to find in the college game.
But that even goes back to a bigger problem, and because for weeks now we've been talking about the high school officiating and out of playoffs, right?
Yeah.
People are not getting involved to hone that craft to be able to have better referees throughout the system.
Well, look, with the level of abuse that officials take, why would you get in that? I mean, you talk about a noble profession, so to speak. And I know, look, officials at the highest level make good money, even though they're not full-time officials. They're making good money for going and calling those games. But these high school refs, I don't know what they make a game. I'm sure it's been discussed a lot, but it's not much. And for the abuse that they take, I wouldn't go do it. I would.
Well, I can tell you, having umpired in baseball, you know, the fact that there's not people wanting to devote some time to doing that, and the only reason why you would do it is because you love the game and you want to see the sport continue.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a noble profession. It's a lot like teaching in that regard, in that, you know, teachers aren't getting paid what they deserve to be paid. By the way, I have a grand plan that 1% of the budget of every professional sports team ought to be put into a pool and given to teachers, or more, maybe 3%, 5%, the amount of money that you could get out of all these professional teams that are making billions of dollars. Take 3 to 5% of their operating revenue and just put it in a pool and find a way to split it amongst teachers in the country. You could go a long way to helping some of that. But that's a different show for a different day. But Scott, I agree with you that the number one area that LSU fans are allowed to complain about for this game is the Sternberger catch or no catch. Now, people that complain that it wasn't reviewed are wrong. It was absolutely reviewed. They just didn't stop the game to do it. They actually kind of stopped the game when the official went over to talk to Orgeron and gave an extra 30 to 45 seconds for the replay booth to keep looking at it and say, okay, we need to really stop it or we're okay with it. They weren't going to change their mind at that point. Once they saw what they saw, that's what they were going to stick with. So no need to stop play to review something they already had their minds made up on. But I do agree that that's the play that everyone can argue about.
The real problem with what LSU fans have is the headquarters of the SEC being in Birmingham.
Right, and there's
the whole bias, right?
Well, and keep in mind, Greg Sankey started his career at Northwestern State in Natchitoches. Absolutely. So, I mean, he's a guy, he has as much Louisiana tie. He lived for several years in Dallas as the head, the commissioner of the Southland Conference. I mean, Greg Sankey's lived all over the place. If you think he's got a pro-Alabama or anti-LSU bias, you're just wrong. That's all there is to it. Scott, thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 657-040 ham, 657-0426 is the text line, 320-1130 is the caller line. Got a couple of texts to get to. What did you think, or what's your take on the pass interference call that allowed the second chance of the two-point conversion to end it? Looked like the pass landed in the crowd uncatchable. That I'm assuming you're talking about Greedy Williams. That's in the 7th overtime, by the way. And let me give you the 7th overtime. Okay, here's the 7th overtime. 1st and 10, 13-yard rush by Williams. Right, he was a man, by the way. He was an absolute beast. 1st and 10 at the 12, a sack, rush for a loss of 5. Devin White got the tackle. 2nd and 15, pass incomplete to Sternberger. 3rd and 15 at the 17, 17-yard touchdown pass. This is what I'm talking about. LSU gave up more 3rd and 4th down and long conversions in this game than I've ever seen. Now, here's where we get to the pass interference call. This is the 2-point conversion from the 3. Kellen Mond tried to throw it. Greedy Williams gets called for the pass interference. Was it a good call? Not in my opinion. But here's the thing. It really never cost you anything. Because Greedy Williams got the pass interference, and then he subsequently got the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which put it to 1st and goal at the 1. 1st and goal. It's at the 1 for a 2-point conversion attempt. The very next play, false start against A&M. Now they're back at the 6, technically the 5, and they throw the pass to Kendrick Rogers to win it. All right, so the pass interference didn't technically hurt you because A&M turned around and subsequently got the false start. Now, you could have said, okay, well, if you just don't call the pass interference, it's an uncatchable ball, and we move on to an 8th overtime. That's correct. You're absolutely right about that. The problem is the official called it. It's a judgment call. Was it a bad call? It was a borderline call. But in that situation, when you're talking about the game on the line, the official's going to err on the side of caution. They always are. And the caution side on that one was, hey, let's go ahead and flag Greedy Williams for pass interference. And again, you could argue that, yes, that sends you to an 8th overtime. What it doesn't do is win the game for you. And again, I'm talking about plays, the only ones that you can truly gripe about are the ones that would have absolutely, positively ended the game right then and there. The Jay Sternberger play would have ended the game right then and there. It would have been a defensive recovery, and that would have ended the game. So, again, you have them on the 2-point conversion try from the 5-yard line after the false start. Stop them then. You had another shot to stop them from winning that ball game and forcing an 8th overtime. Again, the Sternberger play would have definitely ended the ball game right where it stood. Tex said it allowed a second chance of a failed attempt. Yes, it did. But again, at best for LSU, you were going to an 8th overtime. LSU had scored and missed their 2-point conversion attempt on that one. So at best, you were going to another overtime. That was it. That's all you were doing. All right, now here's the one that a lot of people are talking about. I even mentioned this because I felt like this was a call that could have been made. There was an illegal formation when, you remember, there was 3 seconds on the clock. There's 2 parts to that. You know what? Let's take a break. Because there's a long explanation for this. I'm talking about when A&M caught the ball in bounds. They run down and spike the football. They put a second back on the clock. This was Orgeron's big point of contention after the game, was that there shouldn't have been a second put back on the clock. We're going to talk about that call and the potential illegal formation that A&M was lined up in when they spiked the football. All right, we're going to talk about that coming up. Patrick Netherton Show. I have a feeling we're not going to get to talk about any other topics but this. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be what it is. Maybe we'll talk Saints and Falcons tomorrow. Who knows? Or maybe we'll talk more about this. Well, look, when you have 7 overtimes, when you have 9.5 hours of game time to go through, there's a lot of stuff to get to. We're going to talk about the spike that happened with 1 second left and the potential legal formation when we come back. Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger.
People are looking for an employment situation where you're surrounded by folks that you like, doing work that you enjoy, and benefiting humanity. Hey, I know a place that can do all of that and more. Gibbsland Bank and Trust. It's not just a job, it's a career. Visit their website, gibbslandbank.com, /careers and join the great banking team. Nicole joins us from First Choice Personnel. Make First Choice your last call, 797-7810. Nicole, the CDL operation thing there where you're always looking for drivers.
We are. We look for Class A. We look for Class B drivers. We're always looking for drivers. They can give us a call. We need with endorsements, without endorsements, always give us a call.
Now, if you need someone who leaves the left blinker on, Rogers Hampton is available. First Choice Personnel. Make First Choice your last call, 797-7810.
Do you dream in color, in sparkling blues, and sun-kissed yellows? In your dreams, do your kids trade technology for time with you? Is fun and relaxation the main agenda? Do your dreams shape your family life and bring you all great joy? Your dreams can be real and lasting, and you can live your dreams every day. Moorhead Pools, where your dreams come true in your own backyard.
O'Reilly. You won't want to miss the 5-day sale happening this Black Friday through November 27th at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. During these 5 days only, O'Reilly Auto Parts will offer incredible sale prices on products your vehicle uses every day. Stock up and save big on maintenance chemicals, motor oil, wiper blades, tool sets, and more. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here to tell you about my brand new KFC chicken and waffles. I paired my delicious KFC extra crispy chicken with a scrumptious waffle and drizzled maple syrup over the whole thing, and well, my. Try my new KFC chicken and waffles. They're available now, but only for a limited time. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Only at participating locations.
Target is here to help you discover all the ways to get your holidays done. Like order pickup. Just order ahead and have it waiting for you at the store. Try Drive Up in the Target app and we'll bring it right out to your car as soon as you arrive. And now, we'll bring the holidays home to you with same-day delivery shopped by Shipt. Whether it's a TV, hot cocoa mix, or ornaments for the tree, Target makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Target run and done. Learn more at target.com/ways to shop. Restrictions may apply.
It's time for some straight talk. This holiday season, give yourself the gift you really want, more data. Just switch to Straight Talk Wireless and we'll give you 50% more high-speed data on our $35 and $45 unlimited plans when you buy a smartphone, all without a contract. Plus, you'll get America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. So switch today and say happy holidays to yourself with 50% more high-speed data. Straight Talk Wireless. Everything for less, only at Walmart. See terms at straighttalk.com.
You're going to love this. Hundreds of Macy's Cyber Week specials are here and ready for gifting online and in store. Like boots and booties for her, buy one, get one free. Mixers, air fryers, and more, 20% plus an extra 20% off. And find gifts for him and her. Coats, sweaters, tops, 50 to 60% off. Macy's Cyber Week specials now through Wednesday. Savings off regular prices, exclusions apply. Macy's Star Rewards now offers benefits everyone can enjoy no matter how they pay. Sign up for free in store or at Macys.com/Star Rewards.
So often we talk Chevy Land and the beautiful new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and for good reason. I mean, my gosh, have you seen the Silverado? Have you seen that Camaro? I feel like we've neglected the service department. Here's what Christy J had to say. My service rep, Kenny, was very friendly and understanding, kept in touch with me, letting me know the status of my vehicle. He's knowledgeable of his job. I will recommend him to all my family and friends. He's excellent. John B. in Bossier said the service professionals did a great job. Great service at Chevyland. You know it by the feeling. 7500 Uri Drive.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
KWKH AM Shreveport Bossier.
And the Tigers lead at 23-6.
The home of LSU sports is 1130 The Tiger.
We welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show at 11:30. The Tiger. Aerosmith? Normally I have to wait till I hear Steven Tyler to know if that's the case. All right, we welcome you back. We're continuing to plow through all of the different things that the LSU game had against Texas A&M. We're taking your phone calls at 320-1130. We're taking your texts at 657-0HAM, 657-0426. How about this? We're going to back off the LSU talk for just technically, not the LSU A&M game. I'm a Sooners fan traveling home to Lake Charles from Tulsa. Well, that's interesting. And by the way, love Lake Charles. Please go have a Daryl's po' boy for me. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the entire world. I love a good po' boy at Daryl's. Sooners fan traveling home to Lake Charles from Tulsa. Wouldn't LSU have had a chance at the playoffs if Oklahoma and Ohio State both lose this Saturday? They beat Georgia already, assuming Georgia loses to Bama. Look, that's a lot of stuff to happen. Not saying it couldn't have happened, but the chances are that you're looking at two spots because Alabama is in. Notre Dame is in. You would then need a lot of things to go wrong because more than likely Clemson is already in. So now you're looking at one spot. And are you saying that LSU would have stood up or been better than, their resume had been better than Georgia at 2 losses, whose 2 losses were to LSU, but also to Alabama? They won their division and made their way to the SEC title game. Oklahoma. I think honestly, I think the only 2 teams that are left is Oklahoma, and I think Ohio State's out. I don't think Ohio State's in. I don't think you're going to overcome a 20-plus point loss to Purdue. I think that's the issue. When it comes down to they both have 1 loss, what's their loss? All right. Oklahoma's loss is to Texas. Neutral site, the Red River, we're not supposed to call it shootout anymore because that's politically incorrect. A neutral site game. Yes, Texas got up big. Oklahoma made it a game late. All right? Versus Ohio State going on the road, which, again, true road game, much different. But they got shellacked by Purdue. Remember what happened to Ohio State last year when they lost by 1 million to Iowa? And that's what kept them out of the playoffs last year? It's the same deal this year. You compare the losses when both teams have 1 loss, and Ohio State's loss is much, much, much worse than Oklahoma's loss. So I think Ohio State's out. I don't think Ohio State, short of something happening within that top 4 realm, I just don't think Ohio State can get back in. They had a great win against Michigan, don't get me wrong. They looked fabulous, and they're going to play Iowa State or whoever? I don't remember. Texas? Who the heck is in the Big Ten opposite Ohio State? I don't even remember. They're going to play somebody, and likely are going to win. But in the end, it's not going to matter. They don't have enough, and their loss is such that they just aren't going to be able to overcome that loss in order to make their way back in, especially if Oklahoma goes on and beats Texas in the Big 12 championship game. All right, so a 318 number says, you're saying that with 4 fingers on top of the ball, with the knee down, and before the ball is off the ground, an LSU player jumps on the ball, and you say A&M ball. Correct. If he has what they deem to be possession of the football, which the officials obviously believed he had possession of the football. And by the way, it's Northwestern. Holy cow, Northwestern is playing Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game? Wow. Did not know that. No, I gotta go, man. I gotta better get going.
Hey, you need to get your boards ready.
Wait a second.
What's wrong with you?
Wait, it's not Northwestern State, Raj. It's Northwestern University.
I saw the purple and
you know what's funny though?
What?
They actually both get mail intended for each other.
You know what? I don't doubt that one single
It's really
bit.
funny. Again, if the officiating crew, and in this case the replay official, deems that Mond had control of the football with the knee down, the play is over right then and there. That's it. No doubt about it. Absolutely, positively, that's it. Right there, done. So I don't know what to tell you, folks. I don't know how to help you on that one. That's all you need is right there. So I can't help you with anything more than that, other than to say the replay officials absolutely positively believed that Mond had control of the football and his knee was down. That is done. Period. 100%. You're over. All right? Now, let's talk about the illegal formation.
Uh-oh. Dramatic pause. I like that.
Let's talk about the illegal formation. I saw the picture, and my first glance was it was illegal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, I tweeted it out. You can follow me on Twitter at PT Netherton. You can follow the show Twitter at Netherton Show. The illegal formation was such that there were 4 receivers that ran up, and they were lined up on the right side of the formation. Everyone else was 5 guys, 5 linemen on the ball, quarterback under center, running back behind him, 4 wide receivers lined up to the right of the formation. Now, on first glance, and this is something that Scott Shanley, the former New Orleans Saints linebacker, brought up to start with. As you looked at the formation initially, it appeared that all 4 guys were off the line of scrimmage, which means they did not have enough guys on the line. Have to have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage for it to be a legal play. Now, you can have more than that. If all 4 of those guys were on the line of scrimmage, then that's fine. Only the outside guys on either side are eligible to catch a pass. Right? So that's okay. You're fine with that. That's fine. But it appeared, as you looked at the still images of it, that the 4 guys were off the line of scrimmage. Right? That's what it appeared anyway. Mm-hmm. Well, former NFL official Terry McCauley talked a little bit about this. And he said the formation on the spike is not illegal. And here's why. A player is on the line of scrimmage if he breaks the plane of the waistline of the guy that's snapping the ball. In this case, the center, obviously. Now, there are 4 receivers. 2, if you label them 1, 2, 3, 4 from left to right. 1 and 3 appear to be up. Now, I'm talking a minuscule amount. All of their back feet are at the same spot, but their front feet is what you're looking at. The 1 and 3 receivers, again, the first guy and the third guy, have their front foot up a little bit. Their heads are leaned forward, and they are, by the letter of the law, crossing the plane of the waistline of the center. Okay? The other 2 guys are back. Technically, it's a legal formation. It is a legal, not illegal, a legal formation. It is correct. It's not great. They are definitely not doing their best to be on the line of scrimmage, but they're close. All right? Their helmets are in line with the center, therefore they are considered on the line of scrimmage. It's very close. Okay? However, now I heard from the offensive line coach at Northwestern State was an offensive lineman for A&M. I did not watch the replay of this play. I've still got it at the house. I could go back and watch it if I wanted to. I didn't do it. He says when the receivers lined up, they pointed at the official on the sideline, the linesman, to make sure they were lined up correctly, and he said they were. All right? That's a big thing, because if you watch, a lot of times when wide receivers get to the line of scrimmage, they'll point at the official to make sure that if they're on or off the line, that the official considers it correct. And so a lot of times when they do, the official will say, inch up a little bit, back up, whatever the case may be. And apparently, now again, I didn't see this. I heard this secondhand. Apparently, he pointed, one of the receivers pointed at the official. The official said, yes, you're good, and they snapped the football. Now, that brings us to another point. This is the point that Ed Orgeron kept making. How many seconds were on the clock when the ball was snapped to spike it, ultimately, and then giving the untimed down, basically, or 1 second on the clock, for A&M to complete the 19-yard. Again, stop them from 19 yards out, and you don't worry about this. We're not talking about this. We're talking about a great LSU 31-24 win in regulation and a 10-win season. Stop them at that point, okay? Please. Because I've spent an hour and 15 minutes talking about everything that's gone on in this game, and there's probably still left. Now, here's the thing. The rule is in place, and it was put in place 5 years ago, that you have to have at least 3 seconds on the clock in order to be able to spike it. That if there's at least 3 seconds on the clock, you can spike it and still have a second left. There were exactly 3 seconds on the clock when they got lined up. Now, they ruled the receiver on the previous pass did not get out of bounds, so the clock was going to wind as soon as the official blew his whistle and gave the ready for play. But A&M was lined up and ready. As soon as the whistle blew, snap, spike. All right? Legally, as long as you have 3 seconds or more, you're allowed to make that spike. They had exactly 3 seconds. If they had 2 seconds, they would not have been able to spike it. It would have been illegal. If they had 2 seconds, they would have had to have run a play. They had 3 seconds, just enough time to spike it. And credit Mond, because he didn't pick the ball up and then spike it. He just immediately shoved it to the ground as soon as he got it, because when they went back to review it, they saw that the ball hit the turf at 1 second. Then, of course, there's the 19-yard touchdown. In the end, talk about the officiating all you want. Talk about all these plays that like you want. In the end, you had so many chances to stop them. So many long yardage situations to stop them. And you didn't. In the end, that's the issue. And I guarantee you that's probably what Ed Orgeron would tell you. You know, Gatorade bath aside, overturning calls aside, pass interference in the end zone aside, you had every opportunity to stop A&M. Don't let them complete a 19-yard pass with 1 second left on the clock to send you to overtime, and you don't have to worry about it. Let's get to the text line, 657-0426, 657-0426. Festus says, after all the coulda, woulda, shouldas, I hope you give a shout-out to Joe Burrow, although as he called him, Joe Burrows. He played his ass off for LSU in that game. That's all everyone would be talking about had LSU won. Absolutely. Can't fault Burrow in that game. 100 yards rushing, threw for over 200, made all the clutch plays that you'd want to have made. He was fantastic. Joe Burrow was great. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. Joe Burrow was absolutely, positively perfect. Got a 318 number. Why did LSU pull out the trick play when we held A&M to a field goal? And why are we playing 12 yards off the line when it started 14 in the 7th overtime? So easy to run the inside slant when the defenders are 12 yards away. Why didn't LSU pull out the trick play? Why didn't LSU pull out the trick play after they'd held A&M to a field goal? Remember, they had the Clyde Edwards-Helaire pass into the end zone. Well designed. It was beautiful. I don't know. My major issue with this game, and I know we've talked ad nauseum about the officials, and I'm about to tell you about, we just got a text about the officiating. I'll tell you that in just a sec. In the end, I didn't like the fact that LSU never attempted to pressure Kellen Mond. I understand that Dave Aranda is not a blitz guy, right? That's not in his MO. He likes his front four, his three-down linemen, and usually a linebacker to come in and make plays. I get it. But in that game, you needed to do something to speed Kellen Mond up because Mond was comfortable. Every time they rushed 3 and dropped 8, Mond just waited. He just sat back there. He knew his offensive line would keep him clean, and he just waited and waited and waited until someone broke open. And I don't care how many guys you drop into coverage. You could have dropped 11 into coverage if you wanted to, and it wouldn't have mattered because Mond was going to wait until your coverage broke down, and then he was going to turn around and find an open receiver. I would have liked to have seen Dave Aranda blitz more, especially once the game got to overtime. And look, I know his guys were exhausted, right? No doubt about it. I think A&M ended up running 106 plays in that game. I understand that LSU was wiped out. A&M was wiped out. Both defenses were gassed as can be at the end of that. But at some point, you need to run somebody in there to see if you can create some pressure on Mond and force a throw that's a little bit quicker than he expects. Because if you drop 8 and you're in zone, eventually your zone's going to break down. Someone's going to find an open spot. All right, how about this? Patrick, you conveniently forgot to mention the uncalled false start by the A&M running back in the 7th overtime. That would have negated the first down in the series. Who knows what happens next? Agreed. There was definitely a false start. I will not agree with that. I mean, I will not disagree with that. Yes, there was a false start on Travion Williams in the 7th overtime. Then there was a bad pass interference call in the 7th overtime. Sure. Then there was a false start call on A&M, and you had a chance to stop him from the 5-yard line. Okay, all I'm saying is this. There was truly only one play in that entire game that would have ended it, and that's the Jay Sternberger catch and fumble. That's a turnover for the defense, and the game ends right there, and it's over. Instead, that's the call that you can gripe about. Patrick, you appear to be trying to validate every bad officiating call in the game, yet you say the officiating was not good in the game. If all their calls were good, then by definition they had a good officiating day. Give me a break. So I'm validating what the officials did that everyone else incorrectly thinks were bad calls, all right? Those are about, 5 calls in the entirety of the game? They got those 5 calls right. Good for them. That doesn't mean they had a good game. There were 200 and something plays in that game, and I'm literally talking about 5 of them. All right? The officials got those right. Those are the ones that LSU fans think they got wrong. They didn't. They got those right. Was the pass interference good? No, I didn't think so. I didn't think Greedy Williams' pass interfered. The missed, I completely forgot about the missed false start. Texture reminded me of, yes, there was a false start that was uncalled. A&M, I think, got penalized 2 or 3 times for the whole game. No doubt about it. The officials missed a ton, but none of the stuff they missed, other than the Jay Sternberger play, which was a subjective call, would have ended that ball game. That's my issue. If you want to argue about the officiating, let's argue about the one thing that would have stopped the game and won it for LSU, and that was the Sternberger catch and fumble or incomplete pass. That's it. That's all you got. High Rail says, I'm glad you said that about Burrow. That boy can play. Yeah, he's really good. I really would like to see the offense open up a little bit more. He did throw the ball well. A couple times they took some shots which were really nice to see. They threw a lot on first down, which was great to see. They needed to do that. I still would like to see more receivers getting out in the pattern sometimes because there's a lot of max protect that goes on in the LSU offense. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but when you max protect and you put 2 guys out on the route, that's really good when it's Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. But when it's a bunch of unproven guys, it's not necessarily as good. All right, let's take a break. Whew. I know. Take a deep breath. Can we talk about anything else? I don't know. Maybe. It is the great big, I should almost call it the Great Big Morning Show. Did you hear that? That's how exhausted my brain is from dealing with all this. 11:30, The Tiger, the Patrick Netherton Show. We roll on next.
You can bank with, 15, 20, 30, 40 different banks to choose from in Shreveport, Bossier alone, maybe even more than that. But how about investing in a bank that invests in the community? Putting your money into the bank that's in the community. That's what you're doing when you make Gibbsland Bank and Trust your great banking team. That's right, they do so much in this community, so many different ways, and you are a part of it when you join up with Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team.
It takes both vision and skill to create a pool as unique as it is beautiful. A perfect blend of time-honored craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology. The hand, heart, and mind working in perfect sync to create something truly special. A source of timeless relaxation, priceless memories, and endless joy. That is the mission of a master pool builder, and that is the magic of Moorhead Pools.
Imagine your dream carpet installed for free. The Home Depot offers all-inclusive installation on minimum purchases of $699. That's removal of your old carpet, basic furniture moving, and stairs, so the dream carpet you want comes at the price you were expecting. Free carpet installation that's actually free. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid only on showroom carpet price $1 or more per square foot. Specialty items may be priced separately. License numbers available at homedepot.com/license numbers.
Yo, we driving, yo. We living our best life and my car smells fresh.
Yeah,
but we weren't always thriving, it was you, girl.
Told you so.
Who pointed out that smell? Right. Now it's all fun, the odor's gone. Febreze car works so well, come on, keep driving, let's go. Boy, your car smells nice. Febreze car, yeah, let's go. That's right. No more odors in my ride now, let's go. Oh yeah, we made it so nice. Febreze car, keep riding, let's go. And now the world can say, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
So often we talk Chevy Land and the beautiful new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and for good reason. I mean, my gosh, have you seen the Silverado? Have you seen that Camaro? I feel like we've neglected the service department. Here's what Christy J had to say. My service rep, Kenny, was very friendly and understanding, kept in touch with me, letting me know the status of my vehicle. He's knowledgeable of his job. I will recommend him to all my family and friends. He's excellent. John B. in Bossier said the service professionals did a great job. Great service at Chevy Land. You know it by the feeling. 7500 Uri Drive.
Are you ready for the intuitive LG V40 ThinQ for just $20 a month? Right now at Sprint, you can get the only phone in the market with 5 cameras to capture moments from every single angle. That's right. You can get the LG V40 ThinQ at Sprint for $20 a month, regularly priced at $40 a month with an 18-month Sprint Flex lease. Hurry to Sprint. This limited time offers for new customers with approved credit and a new line of service, or existing customers with an eligible upgrade. Need more reasons to hurry to Sprint? Get a free 49-inch LG TV when you lease the V40 ThinQ while supplies last. Requires registration at LG.com and a new line of service. There's never been a better time to try our network built for unlimited. Switch to Sprint today and get your LG V40 ThinQ for $20 a month and a free 49-inch LG TV. Visit your local Sprint store, Sprint.com, or call 1-800-SPRINT1 today.
Pricing after $20 per month credit applied within 2 bills. If you cancel early, remaining balance due. TV ships in 8 weeks. Coverage and offer not available everywhere. Excludes tax. Subject to credit and $30 activation fee. Restrictions apply.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Source ComScore total visits.
Nicole joins us from First Choice Personnel, 797-7810. Make First Choice your last call. Hey, you know what? You guys have some pretty cool job openings over there. As always, what's high on your priority list right now, Nicole?
We have administrative, we have clerical positions, especially right now coming up during the holidays. We can have people come in and do temporary positions. We can do permanent positions. So they can give us a call anytime.
Permanent, that's my freckles. Temporary, that's how I like my tattoos. First Choice Personnel, 797-7810.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton. 1130 The Tiger.
We welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show on 1130 The Tiger. Just rolling through a Monday. I will actually be here tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, maybe. And maybe or not Friday. I don't know yet. I will definitely not be in studio Friday. Whether I will be here or there, I don't know. But whether I'll actually be on the air, I don't know. But I'm not sure exactly what Friday is going to hold. I'm concocting a crazy plan. If it comes to fruition, I'll tell you more about it. If not, I won't. All right, we're taking your phone calls at 320-1130, taking your texts at 6570-HAM, 657-0426. Again, you can also follow along on the Facebook feed if you like, facebook.com/Netherton Show. We go Facebook Live. Every day I'm in studio, we do Facebook Live, so feel free to tune in to that. My buddy David on the Facebook feed says LSU wasn't robbed. I don't know that, a lot of LSU fans think they were robbed by the officials. I don't agree with that. I agree there is one particular play, the Sternberger catch that you could really argue about. Other than that, no, you were not robbed by the officials. I think, and I've gone to great lengths to explain how all of the calls are correct. And again, the officials, they can get 5 controversial calls right and still have a bad game. Because the officials did. I thought the pass interference call against Greedy Williams in the 7th overtime on the 2-point conversion, I thought that was a bad call. I didn't think much of the call, again, where they missed the Travion Williams false start that they didn't call. Even the announcers went to great lengths to point that out as well. So David says, I don't know if I can explain this clearly, but I have always argued that the team that scores the second touchdown in the second overtime should always go for 2 to win it. They will get the ball first in the third overtime and have to go for 2 anyway, so go for 2 now while the game is in your control to win it. LSU had that opportunity. Why not go for 2 there and control your destiny? Basically what he's saying is, at the first and second overtime, you can kick the extra point. Once you hit the third overtime, you have to go for 2. So you know that you score, and let's say the other team had kicked their extra point, you know that an extra point will tie you and send you to a third overtime, whereas a 2-point conversion will win it or lose it for you in the second overtime, right? That's the scenario. They're going to win or lose in the second overtime, depending on. Are you covering him up, Rogers? I'm sorry. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying the heck out of this right now. That is pretty funny. That's good stuff.
So I got the mic right by your mouth. Just act like
yeah. So we've got producer extraordinaire Travis from the next show from Sports Talk with JJ and Bonsai Ben. Rogers is trying to point the mic at him like he's actually live. He's actually in the back of the studio hanging out right now. He's also perhaps the most knowledgeable sports person in this building at this point as well. Yeah, so they asked about going for 2 in the second overtime. To me, if you go for 2 in that overtime, I think you only do that if you're the road team. You know, the traditional thinking is you go for 2 when you're on the road, you play for the tie, and the next period when you're at home. If you're on the road in that scenario, and obviously LSU was, I get where David's coming from. At that particular time, though, when you're in the second overtime, you've got to feel like you have what it takes to win. And so I don't have a problem with them going ahead and electing to kick the extra point. And I wouldn't have had a problem if they had elected to go for 2, to be honest with you. You do what you feel is best for you to try to win. I just don't think that's an automatic call. I don't think it's something where you can say, okay, well, it's the second overtime and we're the second team to have possession. We're going for 2 no matter what. If that was A&M, they should have kicked the extra point and gone to a third overtime because they were the home team. I think there's just too many variables to say flatly to do that every single time. But I get the point. And there are a lot of coaches that are starting to like to go for 2 at the end of games and win it instead of trying to go for the extra point. The Mond interception ended the game. This narrative about him being down when he picks the ball off the turf by the nose of the ball with his fingers is just wrong. That is so bang-bang that if that had been a pass for an A&M touchdown instead, I guarantee it isn't overturned, guaranteed. All right, I can't deal with conspiracy theories. I can't do it. I'm sorry. You're obviously a huge LSU fan. You obviously think the officials bleeped you. I'm using Fletcher's whatever what's the home builder guy that they did when he bleeped out screwed. Is that the word they bleeped out? Oh, it wasn't. It sounded like it. Okay, well then yes, I get it. You think that you got screwed by the officials, right? And I get that. I understand your frustrations. I'm here to tell you didn't. Okay. The officiating, while not great, they did get those particular calls correct. And it baffles me that there's this conspiracy theory that exists among LSU fans that for some reason the league office does not want to see LSU do well, does not want to see LSU succeed because they're in Birmingham, which happens to be in the same state as Alabama. Well, you know what? Why aren't they pulling for Auburn? Auburn is also in Alabama. Why aren't they running all these conspiracy theories for Gus Malzahn instead of Nick Saban? It doesn't exist. Stop believing it does. Wake up. Hashtag stay woke, fam. Like, I know that's usually what you say when you believe there's conspiracies. You know, you say stay woke because, the contrails in the air and there's a fake Paul McCartney running around and fake Avril Lavigne. Like, she died apparently a couple of... I get it. Everyone wants to believe there's some grand conspiracy at play. You know what it is? Alabama's just better than you. And the officials are human, and they make mistakes. And the replay official has to have his judgment. You know, his judgment has to stand. He's also an official. He takes all the same courses that the officials take. He has to know exactly what's going on. And he believes that Kellen Mond had control of the football while his knee was down. Play's over. Right there. Doesn't matter what happened the rest of the play. You can be mad, but you can also not say it's a conspiracy, because it's not. Just flat. Let's go to the phones. 320-1130, 320-1130. Billy joins us. Billy, hello.
Hey, Patrick. Look, I'm not the conspiracy guy. I'm sure not, okay? But I do believe, that when it comes to replays, the home team always gets the advantage.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Why? Why do you believe that's the case?
They always go back and look at there is a video person in the booth.
Correct. Do you think the home team supplies them?
I can promise you right now, if you took it call by call by call throughout the course of a year, the home team, I promise you, would be in the 70 to 80% range, because it would be looked at that much more.
Billy, they look at every single. They look at every single.
With the home team, Patrick. It is never with the road team.
Billy, until you can find me some stats to back that argument up, I'm not buying it. It doesn't hold any water.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You're off right now as an LSU fan of Bonsai's ilk.
No,
that's where you're coming.
I don't care either way.
How wrong we are.
Yes, you're wrong. You're wrong.
And you're wrong for being so bad at LSU right now.
I'm not mad at
like you don't like them.
All right, Billy. Thank you. Here's the problem, Billy. I'm neutral. I don't care. I am not an LSU fan. I am not an LSU hater. I am a neutral third-party observer. All right? I am not neutral when it comes to Northwestern State, right? I'm not neutral at that point. All right? I'm paid by them. I'm the voice of the Demons. I don't have that much neutrality when it comes to that issue. With LSU, I am nothing but neutral. I'm going to call it exactly like I see it. When I first saw the 4th and 18 and the yellow line was in the wrong spot, but we didn't know that, I said, hey, LSU got screwed. Absolutely, positively got screwed. That should have been a replay, and it should have been game over. But I'm telling you that as you go back and look at every one of these calls, they did it correctly. You may not like it as an LSU fan, but you know what? You're the one who's biased. And just because I'm neutral and you're biased doesn't make me hate your team. That's the thing that kills me. I'm not biased. I'm down the middle. But because you're so biased, it appears to you that I'm biased the other way, which I'm not. Again, I thought they got the pass interference wrong, okay? I admitted that. I thought they got the false start wrong, that they didn't call on Travion Williams. I also agree that the catch by Sternberger catch and fumble and or incomplete was incredibly subjective. And if they had said that was a catch and a fumble, I would have agreed with them. They said it was an incomplete pass. I still kind of agree with them, because it's an interpretive rule. It's a subjective rule. You have to determine if he's got possession of the ball and is making a football move. That's what you have to determine, as the replay official does. But again, I'm not anti-LSU. Anyone who knows me will tell you I have no biases against LSU. I also don't have biases for LSU. Is it good for our industry when LSU is good? Of course it is. It is much better to talk about a 9-10 win LSU team than a 2 or 3 win LSU team. No doubt about it. It's good for business. But that doesn't make me biased for or against LSU either way. I have a lot of friends at LSU that I love dearly. A lot of guys that I really respect that work at LSU. Doesn't make me biased for or against them. Man, we haven't even talked about Damian Craig yet. Holy cow. All right, let's go to the phones. 320-1130, 320-1130. You can text us at 657-0426. I'll get to some text coming up here in just a moment. Jeff,
Sir,
what's going on?
You know that's the knee down with the interception.
Right.
That's a bang play to me. I think either way, I thought it should have stayed in the call on the field. To be honest, it's bang. But where I was really upset is they didn't even review the fumble in overtime.
Well, here's the thing. They did review it. They didn't stop play to review it. And again, that's the... Well, here's the thing.
I thought it was close enough. I think they should have stopped play to review it.
I don't disagree with you, Jeff. I probably would have liked for them to go ahead and stop the action and say we're really taking a close look at this. But if you'll recall, the referee walked over to Orgeron, who was arguing that the play should be reviewed. And he walks over there, and he stood with Orgeron for a solid 45 seconds to a minute. During that time, the replay official is looking at that thing over and over and over again and determining that he needs to go ahead and signal down to stop it, or he says, you know what, even if I keep looking at it, I'm not coming to a different conclusion. It was an incomplete pass. That's what we're going to rule, and we move on. So I credit the head referee for actually walking over to Orgeron. That allowed the replay official to get a lot of looks at it, and then he can determine, hey, do I need to buzz down and really stop this thing, or have I seen enough to determine that it's an incomplete pass?
So you think a game-winning play is decided in less than 40 seconds?
I don't know. It clearly was.
I think play should have been stopped because I thought it was a fumble.
Again, I don't disagree with you, Jeff. I think just for the optics, the optics of the whole thing, you stop that play right there, and then you take a good look. Even if the replay official already knows he's ruling it incomplete, which he clearly did within that first minute, that they kind of delayed the game a little bit without him officially stopping play. Even if you know you're going to rule that, I don't disagree with you that you should stop the play just for the pure optics of the thing. That's a huge play in the game. It's a potential winning play. Let's go ahead and stop it. We'll take a good look at it, even if I, the replay official, already know that it's gonna be incomplete. But I agree. At least stop play.
I completely agree with the optics there, because was it a fumble? I thought it was. But
right.
The optics was we're just moving on, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
After all the bad calls that have gone up to that point, and that one really took me over the edge.
Yeah, and a lot of, thank you, Jeff, for the call. I appreciate it. And a lot of people don't understand in that situation is that the replay booth is looking at it repeatedly. They're looking at it all the way until the next play is snapped. And when Matt Austin walks over to Ed Orgeron to talk to him, and Orgeron's saying, hey, y'all need to review that play right now. Got to review it. I mean, that's exactly what he's saying, right? Well, Matt Austin is saying, Coach, they're looking at it right now. And he's in the ear with the guy who's talking to the replay booth. Now, Matt Austin and the replay official do not have direct contact with each other, okay? They can't hear each other. They can't talk to each other. But the guy who's on the headset with the replay booth, he is talking to Matt Austin, the head referee. He's also talking to the guy in the replay booth. And he's like, Matt, they're looking. They're going to say incomplete, not going to have a review. And he can tell Ed Orgeron, hey, he looked at it 4, 5, 6 times, didn't see anything that would cause him any question, any time to overturn the call. We're playing on. Matt Austin did the right thing in delaying the game by talking to Orgeron to make sure the replay booth got a chance to look at it multiple times. The problem is most people don't know that happened. They don't understand that the replay booth is actively watching every single play after it happens. They're looking back. Is there something we missed? Is there a targeting that should have been called? They're always looking at whatever the last play was until the ball is snapped again for the next play. And so people don't understand that. They think it's only being reviewed when play is stopped and they say the previous play is under further review. No, they're always reviewing it. It's not like the NFL where they only review scoring plays and turnovers unless you call for a review. They review every single play right after it happens. And so while Matt Austin is talking to Ed Orgeron, stalling for time, you have the replay guy going over and over and over that thing, trying to see if it's something that's going to happen. A couple of quick texts before we go to break. 318 says, Daryl's Special. Hey, Daryl's Special is great. Down in Lake Charles, Daryl's Po' Boys, no doubt. We have, I didn't say conspiracy. This is the guy who I accused of being a conspiracy theory. He said, I didn't say conspiracy. I'm saying they don't review the TD. I disagree. I think they'd review it either way. I think it's, Draco says, hey, there's bad calls in every game. Officials are human. Yep. No doubt about it. That's the way the LSU fans are, Patrick. The whole world's against them. Play better. It's easy to say that when you're an Alabama fan. It certainly is. Billy is coming unhinged. Gotta have facts to support your assertions. Yeah. If you're going to come at me with 80% of replay reviews go for the home team, you better have some stats to back that garbage up, is all I'm saying. Billy, I'm sorry you're a diehard LSU fan and this one hurts you. I get it. I understand. We've all been part of bad losses like that. But it ain't a conspiracy, and the replay official isn't just calling it for the home team. All right, let's come back to wrap this bad boy up. It's the Patrick Netherton Show on 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
It won't be long before the calendar flips over to 2019. As a guy who flies by the seat of my pants, that's scary. But for those that do a little planning, that's not so frightening at all, especially if you have as a partner First Choice Personnel. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Tim. Definitely. Have anyone. Give us a call. We have candidates every day coming in. We have people looking for jobs every day. Give us a call. We have clerical people looking. We have production, manufacturing, assembly, CDL drivers. Give us a call.
Get your 2019 planning started the right way with First Choice Personnel, 797-7810.
Moorhead Pools has been a part of Hanging with Hester from the very beginning. You're talking about a company that's been in the top 25 for 5 years running in all of North America, according to Pool and Spa News. They've won numerous awards for their staffing, but Michael Moore's here to tell you what else they can do.
Well, Jacob, not only do we design pools, we want to design the entire environment. And that includes outdoor kitchens. That includes covered patios, living spaces. We want to take the inside to the outside. That's our goal, and do it in a very tasteful, elegant way.
Moorhead Pool, supporting Hanging with Hester.
Imagine your dream carpet installed for free. The Home Depot offers all-inclusive installation on minimum purchases of $699. That's removal of your old carpet, basic furniture moving, and stairs, so the dream carpet you want comes at the price you were expecting. Free carpet installation that's actually free. The Home Depot. More saving. More doing. Valid only on showroom carpet price $1 or more per square foot. Specialty items may be priced separately. License numbers available at homedepot.com/license numbers.
Yo, we driving, yo. We living our best life and my car smells fresh. Yeah, but we weren't always thriving, it was you, girl.
Told you so.
Who pointed out that smell? Right. Now it's all fun, the odor's gone. Febreze car works so well, come on, keep driving, let's go.
Oh boy, your car smells
Febreze
nice.
car, yeah, let's go. That's right. No more odors in my ride, now let's go.
Oh yeah, we made it so nice.
Febreze car, keep riding, let's go. And now the world can say,
breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
It's time for some straight talk. This holiday season, give yourself the gift you really want. More data. Just switch to Straight Talk Wireless and we'll give you 50% more high-speed data on our $35 and $45 unlimited plans when you buy a smartphone, all without a contract. Plus, you'll get America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. So switch today and say happy holidays to yourself with 50% more high-speed data. Straight Talk Wireless. Everything for less, only at Walmart. See terms at straighttalk.com.
You're going to love this. Hundreds of Macy's Cyber Week specials are here and ready for gifting online and in store. Like boots and booties for her, buy one, get one free. Mixers, air fryers, and more, 20% plus an extra 20% off. And find gifts for him and her. Coats, sweaters, tops, 50 to 60% off. Macy's Cyber Week specials now through Wednesday. Savings off regular prices, exclusions apply. Macy's Star Rewards now offers benefits everyone can enjoy no matter how they pay. Sign up for free in store or at Macys.com/Star Rewards.
Hey, it's Crystal Montez and totally obsessed with the show Real Country. Real Country is a new music competition show that's all about country. Country music legends Shania Twain, Travis Tritt, and Jake Owen are searching for the next generation of country music superstars, and you and I get to watch as they search. Special guests like Winona, Big and Rich, Kane Brown, Trace Adkins, Hunter Hayes, Sarah Evans, they're all going to be there, and you could watch Real Country Tuesday night at 10/9 Central on USA Network.
Get the ultimate Black Friday deals at JCPenney. Hurry in now and save up to 40% on select major